So, hey, someone's life, it improves when you're around. Their life gets better. But they don't necessarily act that way. This is someone that you've been around for some time. Their life gets better when you're around. I don't know what it is yet about why they don't act as such. They don't act as such. There's something about they don't want you to think too highly of yourself, but you're doing well for yourself in whatever way that is. You're doing well for yourself. No matter if you feel like you could do better, there's something about them. They compare themselves to you. It's someone close to you. And this is not going to resonate with everyone because it's specific, but it's someone that you have like a close-knit relationship with. It's like you're doing well, and I feel like, again, even if you're not at the level where you see yourself in the future or where you want to be, you're doing well when you correlate your now to your then. Okay? And they know that. But it's, how can I explain it? It's a weird feeling that I'm feeling. It's almost like someone being thankful, but not wanting to say thank you, or appreciating what you do, but then not really wanting to say it. And that's the weird part about it, because they feel it. They feel it inside, but they just don't want to verbalize it to you. And I'm trying to figure out why. It's almost like they feel like you're going to say, oh, I told you so. It's like they feel like you're going to get gassed up. But I don't know. I don't feel like you feel that way. I think that's more so of how they feel about themselves. There's something about you that makes them feel like they're missing something, or they feel like they have to gain a certain something. You make them feel like they're not doing enough. I guess you must be somebody that works really hard. You must be someone that puts a lot of energy into yourself. You put a lot into you. And I don't know if this person has like problems with depression or something like that, maybe. There's something that stops them. I don't know if it's like I feel like it might be a mental thing. And it's not like to shade them. It's just like a highlight about something. And I'm trying to find what spirit is giving me, because I feel it, and it's weird. It's a little strange. And at the same time, this person has love for you. I don't feel like they don't have any love for you. It's almost, it feels like a cry out for help. It feels like a sadness, a discomfort that they have. I heard they feel like it's supposed to be them. They feel like it's supposed to be them. Okay. At first I was thinking, or I was feeling like Spirit was saying, they feel like they're supposed to be in your position, which it is kind of that way, but not in a way of, this is a very weird energy. Hold on, I'm trying to catch it because it's strange. It's a little strange. They feel like they should be doing more for you. Okay? So the reason why they don't want to say, the reason why they don't want to give you your flowers, I guess I could say, is because it makes them feel worse. This is someone who is hard. It feels like a masculine energy, because you know how women, we verbalize easier when it comes to our emotions, right? But men, it can it can tend to be more difficult for them to express their true feelings. And not unless they're like a Cancer, because, you know, I feel like Cancers, and sometimes not so much, but a Cancer in general is more emotional, you know, because they're water. So they're very tapped into their emotions. And Cancers usually go through waves of emotion easier than many other signs. But I feel like that's what it is. That's like at least a part of it from what I'm feeling right now. Like someone around you, you've been there for them in many different ways. And they feel bad about themselves because it's like they are putting themselves down for what they haven't done. Instead of, well, maybe they are working on it in some way, but I feel like something is, there's resistance here for this person, and they wish that they could be what you are to them. They wish they could be that for you, but for whatever reason they don't have the means to. I don't know if it's like a mental block, because that's what it feels like. It feels like they go through a mental block. It feels like they have, like they could be going through an awakening, because we can have multiple awakenings in life, and it feels like there's someone around you that is going through some type of awakening. And it's like they're forced to do this shadow work, but it's hard for them to do it. They're going through it still, but it's very difficult for them to face it. But I feel like they're doing it, but it feels slow moving. Like it's very slow. Like the Knight of Pentacles, like slow, you know? I heard they still wish the best for you. It feels like a man. It feels like a man. Or it could be a woman in masculine energy, but I'm definitely feeling masculinity. Okay. I heard if they had have just showed you what? Another way. If they had have just shown you another way. About what? If they had have just shown you another way. I heard if they had have shown you another way, then that means they would have chose another way. So they feel bad about the choices that they've made. You know how someone will sit back, not all the time, but sometimes, you know, when you're going through reflection, when you're reflecting, or when one is reflecting on their life, they're like, I said life funny. When one is reflecting on their life, they tend to think about what they did do and what they didn't. And there's something about someone showing you a certain way and they feel bad about it, or like, yeah, it's like they feel bad about it because they feel like they should have been better for you. It's like the main focus is on you, but they feel bad about themselves for the decisions that they made. But they feel like they should have been there for you. It's almost like from their higher self, like from their higher self's perspective. It's like this person is beating themselves up for what they didn't do. And it's hard for them to face you because you're doing what they should have done. At least that's how they feel. I'm picking up their energy because it's very, it feels sad. It feels like sorrowful, like there's sorrow. So if there's somebody around you where you feel like their energy is like off, I feel like this energy is off. You might try to speak to this person and they just seem off balance. They don't seem like they're like their normal self, maybe, or maybe this is a way that they've had, but it feels like recently you felt something with this person and you know something is wrong, but it might be, you might know what it is for some of you, But for many of you, you're not sure what you're feeling. And Spirit is saying that you'll know if this message is for you, because you'll know that this person is like struggling through something. It's like this person could be on the right track, and I say that because they're mental. I feel like they're straightening themselves out as well as strengthening themselves, and they're going through a lot. This person is going through a lot mentally and like eternally. The only individuals that may notice that this person is going through something is someone who's very close to them, because I heard this person masks their feelings well. But not only that, it's like you notice the difference in this person because you're so close to them. So you feel it. You feel it more than others might feel it because you know them more. You have close ties with them. Spirit is saying, just know that little attitude and their little sly remarks, it's like they're digging at themselves when they do that. And it's like I heard Spirit, I know you feel like that's for you. I know you feel like it's for you, but it's deeper than that. I know you feel like it's for you, like they're digs at you, but it's more so at themselves. You're their mirror. You are what they're not. You are what they chose not to do. It's very troubling for them. They don't feel good. They feel bad about it. Like, damn, I just heard I fucked up. I did. I just heard it. I heard it. You know, I just heard it just like that. Like, you know, they be talking to themselves when they by themselves. Like, you know, I really played myself. But you know how you're young and you just do stuff? And you don't really know what you're doing when you're young. You're just trying to figure out life, and you're just outside with people that you say are your friends. You notice I said people you say are your friends, because many times when you're young, you think someone is your friend and they're not. And you can get yourself into some things at times, right? That's just what I'm getting here with this. Like, they made some choices that they are not happy with, and it really did affect them a lot. And they're just, I heard they're wishing they can turn back the hands of time, but they know that they can't. But they're trying so hard to make the rest of their life better, like to do better. Like they're really putting some effort into it, but it's like a block. Why are they so blocked? What is it? I heard moments of disbelief. I heard malnourished. But it's not food. It's not about food. It's more like spiritual food. This person is like, they're trying to find themselves, but they're missing something spiritually. I don't know what they believe in exactly. It's like this person wants their spirituality to strengthen. They want to be stronger spiritually. But there's times where they feel like they don't know how, and they feel like they are like a fish out of water. It feels like 1 minute they'll feel fine, and the next minute they'll lose that feeling. But they're trying to be consistent with themselves, and it's like they're forcing themselves through it. I heard they realized that they didn't spend enough time alone. So now they're trying to make up for that time. They didn't spend enough time alone. Maybe this is someone who at one point they were just around the individuals that they shouldn't have been around. And they feel like when they did that, that was a bad choice. They feel like they should have taken more time for themselves. That's what it's given. That's what I'm feeling from this. It's like Spirit wants you to know that this person is really struggling through something. So it's like if something really bothers you that they say to you, you can let them know how you feel about it. I heard, but you don't have to take it to 100 because this person is like in pain, and it's very difficult for them to talk about it. They don't really want to talk about it because it's something about showing weakness. They feel like it's weak. They feel like, you see how I'm talking about like manliness, like masculinity? It really feels like a masculine energy. I want to say it could be a feminine energy in masculine energy, which it still could be, but it really feels masculine to me because this feeling that I'm getting is just like, you know, that way that I feel like many men go through this where they feel like they're not supposed to cry at all. Like they probably, some probably try not to even cry when they're by themselves because they feel like it's a sign of weakness. But I feel like that could be toxic for a person because you're not releasing, you're not purging. And I'm also, I don't want it to make it look like a man is supposed to be just walking around crying all the time either. But at the same time, there's times where things are so challenging that tears are a part of our makeup. So if a person is like locking up their tears and they need to cry, it could cause pent up anger and make you just want to go off and like punch walls and punch people and just go off. It could turn into it's like a frustration that's boiling over. So that mixed with someone who's really going through something and someone who actually, it would benefit them if they shed a few tears. If they're holding back like their true emotions, it's like they're suppressing themselves. So it makes it more difficult for them to heal. It makes it more difficult for them to go through it because they're trying to block their feelings. They're trying to block them because they feel like that's weak. And there's not too many people they feel like they could talk to. And then I heard they want to talk to you, but they keep stopping themselves. And maybe they started, but they started in a way that I heard is unconventional. And then something happened and the conversation ended. It's almost like Spirit is trying to show this person something, but I don't know. I just keep feeling this blocked energy. It just feels like a block. I don't know. I just keep feeling blocked. Spirit, why do you want them to know this? On edge. On edge. Try your best to be balanced with this person. Spirit is saying try your best to be balanced with them because they're on edge. And when people are on edge, you don't know what they could do because they don't understand. They don't know how to feel their feelings all the way right now. And it could cause them to have moments of disarray. So when they're like this on edge, they might take an action that I'm hearing they might take an action that they regret. So if they come to you and they want to talk, try your best to be balanced, even if they've been aggravating you. And try your best to stay calm when you respond. And even if you need a second, take a second before you respond, because there's something about this person's energy that's on edge. And anytime I hear on edge, it's like this immense discomfort. Every time I say it, even in this message, it's giving support them in this time the best you can, even with the digs that they throw at you, because it's really not at you. is at themselves. But you could just like express like, you know, I'm here for you, so I don't know why you keep coming to me with those digs, with those. It's almost like from time to time, it's like a subtle hit below the belt moment. And it's like, what's up with you? Why are you doing that? It's like they need you to say that. I don't know if you've said it or what, but it's almost like that's the only way they know how to communicate, because they have to put on that. They gotta be tough. They can't. They don't want to feel weak, and they don't want to seem weak, but they're weak right now, and that's normal. That happens to the best of us, you know. But it's just harder when that's not how you were raised, or that's not what you're used to seeing as a man, or even as a woman in your environment that you've been raised in. So it could look like a form of weakness when you're actually going through some mental health issues. So like Spirit just wants you to know that if you could just stay balanced, still speak and say what you need to say. Spirit doesn't want you to not say anything at all, but just try your best to be chill about the situation and like balanced about it, so that hopefully this person is able to express themselves the way they need to. Because I don't feel like you're angry. It just feels like you're annoyed. It's like fed up, but then at the same time there's love still there. And it's just like this really weird middle ground. And it's like, you know, something's wrong, but they're not completely saying it all the way, but then you know kind of what it is, but then you're not sure. It's like something Spirit just said, don't throw away the key yet. Don't throw away the key. So you might be at the point where it's like your wit's end, like, you know what, forget it. Now, if this is someone who's being extremely disrespectful, Spirit is not going to want you to endure that and continue to be trying to be there, because there is a line that needs to be drawn for your peace and for your self-respect as well. But this is something where you talk, but then the person says things, but then it's like, come on, you're getting on my nerves. Like, stop. Can you just speak? Stop doing all that. It's like this, you know, this person has more to say, but instead of them saying it, they're doing extra stuff. Like they're making like little sly remarks, and it's like, just say what you have to say if you have something to say. And I feel like that's what it is. So it's kind of like I just heard, okay, do all you can by listening. It's not so much speaking here, it's listening to this person. Spirit wants someone to know this. It's very specific. Okay, so it's not going to resonate with everyone, but there's someone that needs your ear. And you don't have to do much. It's more self-speaking, and then also correcting. Because if you feel disrespected, you need to verbalize that with this person, because this is someone close to you. So you can be like, I don't appreciate you acting like that. Like, because I'm here for you. Like, you know, I'm here with you. Like, you know me. That's what it feels like. Like, you know me. But if you feel some type of way about what they're saying, say it. You can just say it in a balanced way, calm. You don't have to get all crazy. Because it's important that we understand that a lot of people, that projecting is not really for you. They're really talking to themselves. Okay, so when you realize that, a lot of these attacks that you feel coming towards you, you'll realize that it's an attack on themselves. They're really attacking themselves. It just, for someone who doesn't know, it could really feel like it's an attack towards you. But that's how hurt people, that's how many hurt people behave in that way. Okay, so Spirit just wants you to know that that's what it feels like. I heard you just might be the only one. You just might be the only one. What's this? A unicorn and Cinderella. Yeah, you just might be the only one. The only person that can help them clean it up. Because it's almost like you guys have some type of relationship where you understand each other. But sometimes you don't understand them because you'll say things that you feel like it should have helped or clicked for them or something, but then they still go back to doing whatever it is. But they have some type of block within them, and it could be some type of insecurity, but it feels deep. They have to forgive themselves, first of all, because I don't feel like they've forgiven themselves, because they keep on thinking about what they haven't done instead of starting to do it now. Okay. And I just heard you're the only one that's going to be honest with them. This person might have like a very strong aura, so people might be intimidated by this person, but you're the only one who is not intimidated, in a way where you'll still speak and say what you feel. Like if this person asks you a question or says something to you, you will give them your answer without like holding back. You might say something like, you know, be mindful of asking me because I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, be mindful. You sure you want me to answer this question? Because don't ask me and then get mad. I feel like you have that energy to you where it's like, you want me to tell you, then I'm going to tell you how I really feel. But what you say is not from a place of ego. It's from a place of really trying to show that person and tell that person what you see, and hoping that they hear you in a way where they can improve their circumstances, especially their perspective. It really has a lot to do with their perspective as well. I heard their perspective is broken right now. So yeah, it's almost like it's giving earth angel vibes. Like spirit just wants you to know that there is someone that is crying out for help but doesn't know how to ask, and you have a close relationship with them. So spirit is asking you to be as patient as you can, but they're not asking you to move mountains for someone who is consistently being disrespectful, if that is the case. But if these are remarks that you feel you can address when it comes to whatever they're saying to you that makes you feel some type of way, because there's projections that are really aimed towards themselves, but they directed at you. If you can address them and the person gets that act right, then it's like, okay, now we could talk, because now we see that there's a problem, we see what it is, and now we can talk about it. But if the person is like denying it and throwing shade, but then acting like they're not throwing shade, then they're not ready to talk. Okay? Because that's playing games now. It's like, are we going to talk about this, or are you still in some type of middle area where you want to talk but you don't want to talk? You have to pick one. Okay? And not you per se, but the person that this is about. Not unless this person is you, because this person could be you as well. But it feels like I'm talking to you about this person. So it really just depends. Put the person where the place is at. Okay, where it fits. Where you fit, where they fit. Okay, my loves? I heard be the earth angel that you are. Because only you can fit that position in this person's life. And I heard, and that's all I ask of you. But you don't have to go above and beyond. It's like, do what you can. Okay? That's what I'm hearing. All right. So that's all for this reading. Or for this message. I'm just reading energy that spirit is sending me. I don't even have any cards or anything, you know. But anyway, yes. Everything you do it with love. Always remember that the creator is in you and the magic is too. Because you're magic. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next video.